Well, hello there, brothers and sisters of the WoT Blitz universe. You're watching WoT Blitz Addict again. Welcome back to the channel. And it's Sunday today, so we're gonna have some mastery replays from my subscribers. And today we're gonna give some love to heavy tanking. And first of those games is my clanmate Cuban 827 and his Tiger 1. Well, after the last buff, Tiger 1 seems to be really a nice tank. With its mobility, it's still a heavium. Don't get me wrong, but at least now it's quite good against heavy tanks. Some heavy tanks with low penetration guns, and on large distances, as you can see, it can even bounce IS-5 with his throttle plate when angled up, which is really great, because with 165 millimeters of armor on front, as it now has, and over 200 millimeter penetration, it really can do significantly better than it was without this armor, because earlier it was like 120, as I remember, on front, which is basically nothing against any tanks or tier 7, and especially if you're fighting against tier 8 like my amigo is fighting here, so he's a bottom tier. That means that this buff is especially great for him while being a bottom tier, because as you can see, the DPM is great, the penetration is really good, the gun itself is really good. The only thing that Tiger was lacking was really the armor, and that was all. It's not just epic right now, but it's really significantly better than it was, and you can feel it. Sorry about my voice, I'm having some troubles with my throat, but still I decided to make some videos. So basically you can feel the difference, you can really feel the difference in the armor. When I first played the Tiger 1 after the buff, because I haven't been playing it for a long time, I basically play higher tiers than tier 7, rarely play lower tiers right now. So when I played it, it felt really strong, really strong. If you're a more experienced player and you used to play Tiger 1 when it was before the buff, and you played it and you knew how to handle it right there, so now you're gonna feel that it's really way better tank, really way better tank than it was. And you can push with the mats, you can still push with the mats. The mobility of the tank really gives you opportunity to push with the mats, and now you have the bonus of armor. As you can see, the AMX was not aiming correctly, as same as my amigo here, but you will see he will get some bounces on the front plate, and it was rarely seen before the buff. Really, the armor on Tiger 1, even though it's historically was really good, then in Blitz, due to the balancing of earlier balancing of the tier, it was really bad. It should be, this tank should be a tier 6 to be really competitive with the heavies facing, because even the ARL 44 would be really a problem for Tiger to for Tiger to penetrate, and at the same time the ARL won't have any issues with penning the pre-buffed Tiger 1. So now this tank is really, for me, it's even, I would say it's even overcooked a bit, but yeah. So he got 4 kills, mastery, which is great. Of course, Top Gun, Steel Wall, Spartan for bouncing the last shots, and he did over 3k damage with almost 1300 base XP. So really great game for Cuban. Thanks for singing it. And now we're gonna watch Lucky Mr. Vodka from HNKL clan, and his WZ-113. Basically, when I see this tank in action, it's not really performing great. Like most players that play this tank can't really play it correctly. The difference is that Mr. Vodka isn't a bad player, and he isn't an average player, and he knows how to set this tank correctly and do some really great things on the battlefield as usual. I have one more mastery, but it's gonna be in the mastery section. Sorry guys, I haven't got any time this week due to problems with my car. I was working on my car, and I really didn't have any time to give you any videos this week, so sorry for that. That's why this video came out as the first after the last masteries from my viewers. But I hope we're gonna have some more time this week, and I can give you some more videos and more like a daily than few during the week. So basically the WZ, let's talk about WZ a bit. The WZ, as you can see, has quite good penetration on APCR. It doesn't have issues with penning front cheeks of E100, which is great. But if you look at it, it looks similar to IS-4, and but it really isn't that spectacular as the IS-4 is armor-wise. Of course, the armor isn't bad. I would say the armor is good on this tank, but it's comparing it to Russian tanks, it doesn't have spaced armor all around, which the IS-4 has, same as the IS-7. And this tank, you really need to be careful while using it. Of course, the front plate is quite good if you angle it correctly. It can bounce shots. The side armor also is quite good. You can bounce on shots, but as long as enemies would load Pramo, you will get panned. And when you're driving like IS-4 and the enemy is like loading heat, then you're probably gonna bounce those shells because the heat won't go through spaced armor. And with this tank you have this issue that it would go straight through because this tank doesn't have spaced armor. So that's the main difference, and you need to remember that when you're just playing, because as you can see, I don't know, he haven't bounced any shots this game. The only thing that's helping is the last heavy buff to the HP pool, and now he has almost 2.5k HP, which gives him opportunity to just use his armor as his HP pool as the armor of the tank. So he's just soaking the damage on the armor and on the HP pool, and there's even if he doesn't bounce, if he wisely trade with the enemies, he can do great things. And as you can see, his team also did good, but not as good as my amigo hero itself, because as you can see, he's sitting on over 5k damage, and well, over 6k right now, and it's the last tank remaining on the battlefield. You will see at the end of the game that he really did a great job on the battlefield, comparing to his team. Even though his team played quite well, they haven't died, so it's all good. But let's look at the final results. So 3 kills, 6,829 damage, mastery, high caliber, Confederate medal. So he did almost 7k with 1,532 base XP, which is really great. Good game. Thanks again for sending it. And the last game is from my latest, one of my latest subscribers, the Trendafear from Roro clan. And as I remember, Mr. Vodka and Trendafear may know each other. They're both from Romania, and I think I've seen them in the battle no matter if they knew each other or not, the Traffandir is driving Conqueror, as you can see, and the Conqueror is quite specific tank, same as all the British tanks, because as you know, British tanks have those good penetrating but low damage guns, and strong turrets with really weak armor on the whole. But as it comes to Conqueror, it's a bit different, because the big alpha, as you can see, it's maybe not the biggest alpha on tier 8, but over 400 alpha on tier 10. Sorry, it's a good trade-off, and you have to remember that this tank is tier 9. So even if you're facing tier 10s, the alpha would give you some advantage, because the reds won't really push that hard on you, because with low alpha guns, no one will be scared of a low alpha gun. Even if you have a good reload time, you won't be threatened to anyone. If they push you, you basically get killed, and that's all that is. So yeah, it's a bit different with the Conqueror. The Conqueror has strong armor on the turret, as typical for British tanks, and the mobility wise isn't great, but it's quite good. It also has nice front or upper plate, which is quite strong against tanks, especially when you're using your full gun depression, and you have nice gun depression on the tank. So if you used to play hold down tanks like American lines and British lines, this tank is quite interesting. Maybe it's not phenomenal, it's not OP, but if you can learn to use it properly, you will do good in it. And we are waiting for the Super Conqueror, because the Super Conqueror will be in game quite soon, as a premium tank. Of course, it's on World of Tanks PC. It's a Tech 3 tank, but in Blitz, as usual, we're gonna see it as a premium tank, which is bad, because the British tanks don't have as much Tech 3s as the Germans or Russians. And it would really be great if this would be another line of tanks. The Super Conqueror on tier 10 would be, as a Tech 3 tank, would be fun to grind, I guess, because you would have a choice of heavy tanks, because now you have only those lines that exist, and that's not much. That's not much really to choose from. And basically that's it for this video. So thanks for the replays that you're sending me. Thanks for all the masteries I received. If you want to send me your replays, please join my Discord. The link will be in the description below. Consider subscribing to my channel, like, share, and catch you all on the battlefield. Bye bye for now.